Right now, even as we speak, a new migrant caravan is on its way to the U.S. Mexico border. This video showing the group leaving Sunday from a city near Mexico's border with Guatemala. Those in the caravan say they want to cross into the U.S. before November's election, fearing potential changes Donald Trump could enact if he's reelected as president. Mills Hayes has been following this caravan for us all morning. And Mills, where's this caravan actually right now?
Well, right now, a caravan of hundreds of migrants are from at least a dozen different countries are walking from southern Mexico to the United States border. And this comes as all eyes are on Vice President Kamala Harris as Democrats rally around her as the next Democratic presidential nominee. Take a look at the hundreds of migrants that are on their way to the U.S. right now. It's a dangerous journey that takes months. Some of the migrants said that they were trying to get to the U.S. before the election is held in November. Many of them fear that if former President Donald Trump wins, he'll keep his promise of stronger borders and mass deportations. The number of migrant encounters at the southern border has skyrocketed under the Biden administration, hitting record highs in the last 2 years. And this huge migration of people has shifted Americans' views of immigration. A recent Gallup survey shows that 55% of Americans want to see immigration levels decrease compared to 41% in the past year. 55%
of people saying that they want those numbers to decrease. What kind of insight, Mills, does the vice president have on immigration?
Well, Nick, you'll remember that Vice President Harris was put in charge of combating the root causes of migration from Central America's Northern Triangle region. But the number of migrant encounters has sharply risen under the Biden-Harris administration, hitting record highs in the last 2 years here. In June, the Biden administration did put together restrictions on immigration that cut down crossings, but they are still much higher than they were before the pandemic.
I don't know that the work that she did would have an immediate impact on the border. But I do know that it is a piece of a bigger puzzle when we think about how to manage the border and manage our migration system in a way that takes into account the realities of why people leave their homes.
We're also hearing from Border Patrol Chief Jason Owens, who tells NewsNation that he hasn't spoken to Vice President Kamala Harris since he was appointed to the job last summer.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.